All right, family. It's the Truth Hour with General Sarah Seti. Kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. It's going down, family. We are excited. We are now accepting members to the Sarah Seti YouTube page, a dynamic page. And that's the reason why you here at this very moment, because you know we about to drop heavy mental on the page tonight. Y'all know we got some beautiful memberships for the family, perks, and I'm gonna be dropping something heavy for the family tomorrow. We're gonna make sure we let them know how we do our family over here. You see what I'm saying? And so the link is in the video description, in the chat. It's on the homeroom page. You click that, join, and you will see the video introduction to the membership to our page. It's a nice video. You should see it. And if you want to become a member, the memberships are there for you to join. If not, you still welcome over here at all times to come and join in with this information with the general. Know that family is always welcome. You see, ring the alarm, KingSeti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarah Seti DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, and hoodies, and we got fly hot, section for the summer catalog for the family, man. We got some new fly hot t-shirts and tank tops for you. Get over there when you get to KingSeti.com. Click that new tab and boom, you can see all the new t-shirts and tank tops that we got for the family for the summer. I know you trying to get your wardrobe together, family. Get on over there, get you some. We got African and Kemetic jewelry. We also got holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. KingSeti.com, family. Pull the fire alarm, GeneralSeti.com, SETI University, over 1,000 video presentations on African history, heritage, spirituality, nation building, mental warfare, advanced African academics, developing the Black nation one lesson at a time to complete General Sarah Seti website with all the subjects you know and love, from the when Egypt ruled the earth, Olmecs, voyages of the Nile, from Naga to nigger, God deception, the Black woman is God, holiday, Holocaust. All of these are video libraries and catalog. Family, stacked with fire. Stacked. Cannot go wrong. Binging on Black power. You feel me? And so GeneralSeti.com is most definitely the place to be. SETI keep it popping on Patreon. BPC making noise. We never come. You already know how we get down. So on Patreon, we turn it up 2-3 notches. We bring out that hot sauce. You see, when you ready for that hot sauce, Patreon. You see, exclusive live streams, too hot to handle on YouTube. So exquisite, we keep it for our Patreon family. You see, and so we got 150, close to maybe 200 exclusive live streams. We talking about them 3 hours. You know, all the pay-per-view live streams that you see that the general do, those go on Patreon too. You see what I'm saying? So you getting the mega hot pack 3 hour, 2.5 hour, nothing but visually stunning presentation. So you most definitely want to get over there and get that. Join Patreon and make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels. King Seti, General Seti, Sarah Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends and comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. You will be up out of there. Now, today we talking about the order of Melchizedek. We got to do it right. A lot of niggas out there, they ain't doing it right. We got to do it right. You see what I'm saying? In the holy city of Jerusalem. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people say, well, Seti, how is that going to go down like that? Let me show you, family. Let me show you. Matter of fact, let me get that. I need to get this pair. I got to get this. I got to get this. There it is. There it is. Here we go. Matter of fact, this the one right here. Let me hit it. Let me see if I can get it. Let me see if I can get it. 8 to 13. What is it? I want to hear that. Let me see. Let me see. I just want. Okay. Okay. Now, this is in Matthew. See, I teach. You understand what I'm saying? Because what you see here is far more ancient than anything that you see in the Bible. See, so when you relay something that is presented in the Bible, that don't mean it began there. That don't mean it began there. You see what I'm saying? This is an ancient wisdom that have carried over into what they call the Bible. You see what I'm saying? This is a wisdom of the ages. You see? And so we talking about the purpose of parables. Matter of fact, I want it in the king. Because I don't want them to take nothing out of here. I don't want them to take nothing out of here. Okay. Now, this is Matthew 13, and I'm going to start around the 10th verse. And it says, and the disciples came and said unto him, speaking to Jesus, why speakest thou unto them in parables? Now, what is a parable? Let's see what a parable is, just so you understand what this shit means. A simple story used to illustrate a moral or a spiritual lesson. You see, some people use fables, like Aesop fables. You see, allegory, and it do say fable. What is a fable? A short story, typically with animals as characters, conveying a moral. You see, this is where these niggas get caught up. Where they, because you see, I'm not expecting you to believe the shit. We just trying to sap the juice out of the story. And that's what's wrong with you niggas. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody ever told you that this shit was to be taken literally. And that's what's wrong with you niggas. You can't get the juice out of it, squeeze the juice out of the orange and throw away the peel. You see what I'm saying? So a fable is a short story, typically with animals as characters, conveying a moral. You see? A short, typically a supernatural one, incorporating elements of myth and legend. A myth, a legend. You see? And so, it can be, allegory. You see, allegory. A short poem, or picture that can be interpreted to reveal a hidden meaning. So if you read the Bible, on a surface level, nigga, you ain't gonna never understand it. You see what I'm saying? You ain't gonna never understand it. Typically a moral or political one. You see, and so this was the way that, you know, when Jesus taught, he taught and we know that he's not, he himself is a parable. You see what I'm saying? He's a part of the, you know, the fictional characters. He's a part of the fictional characters. He's not real. You see what I'm saying? So we don't get caught up in. That's why, you know, when I speak about harm, and you know, I want you to understand that the word, the etymology, as it moved throughout language all over the planet, conveying a hidden meaning that this is African people. Not that Ham ever existed, not that any of these characters, but what is the hidden meaning behind the individual of Ham? That's what we trying to get here. You see, this is what we trying to get at. And so when it talk about the parable, you see in Matthew 13, it says, and the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. Okay, so why are you even talking to him? For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever have not, from him shall be taken away even that he hath. Therefore I speak to them in parables, because they seeing see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. And so this is the shit I tell y'all every time when I teach about the Bible. Seeing you see not. Oh man, I don't care what you hear them. I don't care what they changed. That nigga, that ain't even what we talking about. We don't give a goddamn neither. We in here pulling out what we need, and what it is critical. And hearing, and it, though I say it again and again and again, hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. And I don't give a goddamn how many times you tell people that, they still stuck on stupid. They will not get it. Now we talking about Melchizedek. You see, now Melchizedek coming right out. I'm going to tell you. When you break down the etymology, we already see in his name, melanin. You see, people don't understand that. Let me see. Let me get this out of here. Okay. Okay, here we go. Now, Melchizedek was he was one of the most powerful people in all the Bible. You see? And so he is also a parable. You see what I'm saying? He's also a fable. You see what I'm saying? And we got to pull back the veil so that we could see. Now, as we look and we understand and we pull his name apart, we see the melanin in there. Mela. You see what I'm saying? Now, a lot of people, you got to, when you understand in this etymology, and I study it very deeply, and it says that, you know, because Melchizedek was a priest. Matter of fact, Melchizedek was the first priest mentioned in the Bible. You see what I'm saying? Period. He was the first priest. African, and you know, there was no Hebrew lineage at that time. See, this is what these niggas keep telling you, that, you know, that they not telling you. Ain't no priesthood of Aaron. Aaron don't come into, you understand what I'm saying, hundreds of years later. 500-600 years later. Ain't no damn, you know. So ain't no Hebrew priesthood. Ain't none of that. You see, ain't even no Israelites. Israelites don't come into Jacob. Ain't no Israelites. Ain't no Levi. Levi was a son of Jacob. Ain't no priesthood of Levi. Ain't no Levi. And they talk about that in the book. But you got Melchizedek. And see, these are the Hermetics that these niggas don't want to talk about. You see what I'm saying? That they swear that they not and that they don't want to be a part of. And it shows, see, it's very critical because it showed that the African had a priesthood ordained by this so-called God long before the so-called Israelites or Hebrews even known God. They ain't even in existence yet. Like I said, you don't get no Israelites until you get Jacob. Ain't no goddamn Jacob. We talking about Abraham right now. We talking about he ain't even Abraham. So God ain't even made a covenant with Abram yet. So they ain't even got a covenant with God yet. You see what I'm saying? So he's still Abram. When he makes the covenant with God, he becomes Abraham. He don't even got a covenant yet. Yet African people still have a priesthood, and it says that this priesthood, he was a priest of the most high God. You see? Now, who is that God? You see? That's what we got to find out today. We got to find, and so we know that in his name, Melchizedek, the male is melanin. Okay, and we're gonna black that up. We're gonna black that up. It's not a problem. You see, and see, he was the king of Salem. See, we talking something now because a lot of people don't know that Salem is Jerusalem. See, a lot of people ain't talking that. You see, Salem is Jerusalem. You see, and so the Jerusalem was named after an African, a Hermetic by the name of Jebus. We talking in parable now, but what it is showing that when you talk about the geographical areas in which these names are attached to, they are ran by African people. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. And we can black that up on the historical side and dealing. We're not just going to leave it to this, but we will attest that when they wrote this book, they understood that those areas were controlled by African people. That is true. Okay. Now, the thing is, see, so when you understand that Salem is Jerusalem, you see, so this, Jerusalem was already a holy city in Canaan. Now, Canaan was who? Canaan was the son of Ham, who we already understand to be black. Now, let me get that on up here. No, let me run that down real quick. I'm gonna throw this football real quick. I'm gonna throw it. I'm gonna have to touch on this. So when we talk about Ham, because Melchizedek is a Canaanite. You see, he is a Canaanite. And so let me pull this out. Let me throw this ball so I can get the most out of this. Let me throw this ball and get the most out of this. Okay. Pull it out of there. Okay. And so you see Ham. You see Ham is synonymous with Egypt. He's synonymous with Africa. You see what I'm saying? And his sons is Cush, Ethiopia, which is Nubia, which is Sudan, not the Ethiopia of today, but Sudan, Nubia. Punt, some people say is Libya. You see, some people say it's Somalia. You see, which is Punt, P-U-N-T. Some people say that is Libya. Then you got Canaan. So we understand that Canaan is the brother of the Cushites. You see what I'm saying? The Nubians. We got to say that. We can't say, because people, that clarifies some things. That Canaan was the brother of Nubia. That's very powerful that we say that. And we're going to black it up that Ethiopia is Nubia. And then you got Nimrod, who is the son of Nubia. Because the Cush of the Bible, the Ethiopia of the Bible, is not the Ethiopia of today. It is Sudan. When the Greeks speak of Ethiopia, they're speaking of Nubia, Sudan. So when you say that's powerful, that change a lot of shit. You see what I'm saying? Egypt is the brother of Nubia. The academics don't say that. They make it seem like the Ethiopians, they make it seem like the Ethiopians and the Egyptians are two different races in academia. You see what I'm saying? But here in the Bible, they speak of the Nubians and the Egyptians as being brothers. That the Canaanite is the brother of the Nubian. That Nimrod, Mesopotamia, is the son of Nubia. Chaldea, Assyria, Babylon, son of Nubia. That's powerful. We need to understand that. We can black it up, and I'm gonna black it up very quickly so I can get back to the Melchizedek, because you see, and so when we deal with Ham, you see, we're gonna deal with it quickly. You see, coming out of the Calmet's Dictionary of the Holy Bible, 1832. 1832 was the definition of ham or cham, burnt, swarthy, black. So Ham himself, cham, that's where you get comet, or kemet, because the E and the A is interchangeable. You see what I'm saying? So Ham himself is burnt, swarthy, black. Then you got son, Ethiopia, Nubia, burnt, swarthy, black. So if Egypt is the son of Ham, and Ham and Egypt is also called the land of Ham, then we understand that without any doubt, that the interpretation is that Egypt is burnt, swarthy, and black. We have and that's not no motherfucking Cro-Magnon with a skin tan or none of that. Spray on tan or none of that. This is burnt, swarthy, and to be brother of Nubia, who is called Ethiopia by the Greeks as burnt, swarthy, black, then we understand that the Canaanites themselves were also burnt, swarthy, black. We understand that. So, Melchizedek, matter of fact, let me black this up, though. Let me black this up in dealing with Cush. We got to black it up real quick and then throw the ball, and I'm gonna get out of there. I'm gonna get back. And so this is also coming out of the Bible, the People's Bible Encyclopedia, 1924. And you understand what I'm saying? And it speaks of Cush, and it says the name of Cush was derived from Egypt. To the Egyptian, Kash. You see, that's where you get Kashta, who was the father of the 25th dynasty of Egypt, the Ethiopian dynasty, the 25th dynasty, Kashta. You see what I'm saying? So, to the Egyptian, Kash denoted the district south of the first cataract, inhabited for the most part by races of a Nubian origin. There it is. So we understand Cush is Nubia, coming straight out the Bible. I don't want to make it up. I want you to know it, straight from the so-called, you understand, scholars. And let me see if I can find where it had Ethiopia. And then I'm going to get right back up here to Melchizedek. So we understand that the male is melanin. You see, we got to understand that. Where is that at? Where is that Ethiopia? Is that it right there? There it is. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. That's the Ethiopian Enu. Is that it? Right there. Ethiopia. Cush, country of burnt faces, lying to the south, corresponding to what is now called the Sudan. Okay, so we just wanted to clarify that. So when we say Nimrod, son of Cush, Nimrod, son of Nubia. See, that changes shit, yo. And you remember where you got that from. You see, remember who brought that to you in that way, so you can understand that shit change shit. If you take Cush out of there and just put Nubia, man, that'll change the whole goddamn reflection of the book. Take them that Cush and Ethiopia and just put Nubia in there, and you say Nimrod, son of Nubia. They're gonna change. They want that out of there. They wish they never had gave us that information. You understand what I'm saying? And also, hold on, family. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, family. I hear my children. Hold on. Heard some knocking. I was just like, damn, what the hell is that knock? Kid's supposed to be in the bed. All right. You see, and so again, I'm right back where I need to be. When you say Nubia, that changes things. You see what I'm saying? That changes things. Nimrod, son of Nubia, and also Canaan, Egypt, brothers of Nubia. So now that clarified, we got a clear understanding who these people. And the other thing that I wanted to deal, that's where I ain't gonna let it get past me. I ain't gonna let it get past me. Was it? Did it say Ham was the or the Ethiopia was the oldest son of Ham? You see, that's significant too, because that puts it in okay. Ham is the father, is believed. Okay, in Africa, it's called the land of Ham, and it was this one where it put Ethiopia, Nubia as the oldest. He was the oldest, and I might not be able to find it tonight, but it does reflect that he was the oldest, as it should be. You see, as it should be, as it should be. Okay, and if I don't find it, that's okay. Now let's get back to Melchizedek. Okay, let's get back to Melchizedek. Let's run this down. He was the when you see here, it says King of Salem. Now, what we got to understand, this is profound. When you see Salem, I'm gonna spell it out for you. But when you spell it backwards, you see, you spell it backwards, Melas. You see, you spell it backwards. It spells Melis. You see, it spells Melis. Let me see, is it showing up? Now, let me show you the definition of Melis so you understand what it means. In Greek mythology, the name Melis, ancient Greek, means black, dark. Okay, you can look this right up. Okay, refers to a number of characters. You see, so it means black, dark. So when you flip it, matter of fact, let me bring that over here. Let me bring that up. So you can see it. Salem spelled backwards. It means peace one way, but when you spell it the other way, Melas, Melas, it means black. That's exactly what it means. You see? And so you got to understand that it's a lot of hidden words that they have and that they not, they not, they not, tell, and they not going to tell you. You see that it means, and you look it up, Melis means black and it means dark. Okay, now let's read this. And it says that, okay, for this Melchizedek, this is Hebrews 7 1 28, 21 through 28, priest of the Most High God, met Abram. You see, now see, they slick here. Say, met Abraham, returned. Now, this is in Hebrew, so this is in the New Testament. He was not Abraham, he was Abram. He wasn't no damn Abraham yet. Matter of fact, when you go into the Old Testament, you will see. Let me see if I got the Old Testament here. You will see it where it deals with Abraham, and it clearly states that his name was Abram and that he had not yet become Abraham, and that's significant. You see, and so and God met Abraham, and the priest of the Most High God met Abraham returning from the slaughter of the kings and blessed him, blessed Abraham, and to him Abraham apportioned a tenth part of everything. He is first by translation of his name, King of Righteousness. And then he is also King of Salem, that is, King of Peace. He is without father or mother or genealogy. See, talking, and we're going deep here, having neither beginning of days nor end of life. You see, dealing with the African race, but resembling the Son of God, he continues a priest forever. See how great this man who was to whom Abraham, the patriarch, gave a tenth of his spoils. And listen to what it says. And those descendants of Levi, because this is how the Hebrews get their priesthood, through Levi. And those descendants of Levi who received the priestly office have a commandment in the law to take tithes from the people, that is, from their brothers, though these also are descended from Abraham. You see, and it says here in Genesis 14 in 18 through 20, and Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought out bread and wine. What do they do in Catholic and in Mass today? And then they talk about the Last Supper, and they see that this was a rite that came from Africa. And I heard a nigga talking about what they got out of Africa. You see what I'm saying? What did they get from Africa? They didn't have shit. Everything that they doing today, they got out of Africa. He blessed them. You see? He blessed him and said, blessed be, see, right there, Abram. See, they slipped. Right there, Abram. He hadn't even got a covenant with God yet. That's significant. So that means that they not the holy, they not the chosen people yet. Ain't nobody chose them to do nothing. Only when he changed his name did he make the covenant. So this is just Abram. So ain't no Israelites, ain't no nothing. You see, because they ain't no Abraham. By Moses, and blessed be Abram by God Most High, possessor of heaven and earth, and blessed be God Most High, who has delivered your enemies into your hand. And God and Abraham gave him a tenth of everything. You see, and it says that let me get to one where it talk about Jesus being after the order of Melchizedek. You see, after the order. Here it is right here. Hebrews 6:20. See, how the hell you after? Let me blow this shit up for y'all. Let me move that out of there. You see, you look at the bottom and it says, where Jesus has gone as a forerunner on our behalf, having become a high priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. After. Now, let's black this up, because when you talk about Salem, you got to understand something. See, when you talk about Salem, see, now this is Ham. Now, Ham is supposedly Africa. You see? And so when you start talking about Jezebite, see, that's Jerusalem. See, that's African. Jerusalem, Zion, what they call Zion, that's African. That's Sidon, right there. So that all of those names those were cities already established before the so-called Israelites. They didn't name them cities. Them cities was already named. Bethlehem was already there. So when you talk about Jerusalem, you see here where it says, you see where it says, let me see. Joshua 15:63. But the Jebusites, the inhabitants of Jerusalem. See, but the Jebusites, that's Jebus. You see where you get Jezebite. You see, that's a son of Canaan. You see who is brother to Nubia, brother to Egypt. You see, so you have to understand that they had already established them cities over there. And you see right there, Joshua 18:28. It says Zalah, and then it says Jebus. That is Jerusalem. Jebus. You see, which is the son of Canaan, which is the son of Ham. Canaan, brother of Nubia, brother of Egypt. So you understand that this Melchizedek is an African. You see what I'm saying? And it shows that the African priesthood was the first priesthood in the Bible. You understand what I'm saying? And the parable behind it, where it talk about melanin. You understand what I'm saying? In one way, let me break this down for y'all, so you understand it. You see, because when you talk about, that melanin is also symbolic of the primordial darkness of the universe. You see, and when you understand Jesus, you understand that's the S-U-N. And it says after the order. You see what I'm saying? So that shows that the sun came out of the womb of the primordial blackness. And that's what it shows when the sun is born. You understand what I'm saying? Through the womb of Nu. You see what I'm saying? When it shows the son is being born through the womb of Nu. You understand? It's masculine and feminine in that. You see what I'm saying? You got Ptah also as the primordial blackness. Ptah is the primordial blackness. You see what I'm saying? And so in that order, it said not order. When you use that word order, we talking about etymology. You see what I'm saying? That order, that Ouroboros, in that is the power of the great serpent. Because that O-R is a prefix or a suffix that denotes the serpent. That's where you get the Ouroboros, or you get Gorgon, you see, or you get metamorphosis, because even in that's the dragon. You see what I'm saying? That's the dragon, because he can metamorphosize. You see what I'm saying? You get Morpheus, you see, which is considered the power of the dragon. That's why you see Morpheus sitting up there with the reptile jacket on. You understand? Because it's symbolic of the great dragon. You see, so you got many, but the dragon is symbolic of what? The sun. So even when you say after the order, see, when you say the term order, you see what I'm saying? It's symbolic of the establishment of existence, creation. You see, and so you see like with the Orphic egg, and you see the egg, which is symbolic of creation, the Orphic mysteries. You see the serpent wrapped around the egg. You see what I'm saying? So in that, you get the dragon. But the dragon or the serpent is looked at as a creative force. So in the order, you see, that's the great dragon. That's symbolic of the sun. That's all I'm trying to say. When you see on, because I got to listen, let me show you. Damn, I'm already rocking 40 minutes. We're going to be in and out. Let me show you. Now you see here, you see, and I can, let me see how I look. I'm going to have to blow it up. I'm going to have to blow it up. What I do, let me see. I want y'all to see Heliopolis, which they call on. Let me see if I can strengthen this. Okay, what I do, I'll copy this and I'll blow it up. I'll copy it and I'll blow it up. Okay. So you can see that. See, after a while, it's going to settle in. See that? On. See, Heliopolis, which is the city of the sun. When you look that up, it's the city of the sun. So when you see Aton, you see Aton, Akhenaten, that's the sun god. You see, that's one of the sun gods. Let me put that in there. You see? Aton. On the end. It's the sun. You see? City of the sun. Helios. You see, Helios in Greek mythology was the sun god. You see? And so when you get dragon, you see the on the end is symbolic of the sun. You see? So you see the melanin and you see the order. And so you see the blackness of the primordial blackness, and you also see the sun. And it says that Jesus would be after the order. You understand that Jesus is the sun, the S-U-N. So when it said he came after, that means he came out of the primeval blackness of the universe. These is codes. You see what I'm saying? It is code. And like I say, when you take Salem again and you flip it to and you turn it, it's Melis. And it means black. That's true. And when you talk about Jerusalem, you see what I'm saying? You talking about Jebus, which is the son of Canaan, which is brother of Nubia, which signifies that they are Africans. You see, now I can go deeper, but we'll probably have to have a part 2 because the particular Canaanite tribe that controlled Jerusalem before the coming of the Israelites was the Amorites, and they were considered to be giants. You see, this is where you get the Nephilim. And so, a lot of, when they start talking about our people, that's metaphor. It could be metaphoric, but we have some tall people in our race anyway. The Watusis, and a lot of them is like averaging 7 feet. You understand? They averaging 7 feet. You see? And so when you talk to them, and so they speak, and so it says, and thus says the Lord God, Jerusalem, your origin and your birth are from the land of Canaan. Your father was an Amorite and your mother was a Hittite. Those are African. Those are from the Hamitic bloodline. Dark, black. You see, swarthy. You see what I'm saying? And even here, you look at Jerusalem. You see Jerusalem, and you talking about the Amorite kings that that rule. These are all Amorites. You see what I'm saying? So they were, and you see Jebus, Jerusalem. You see Jebus is Jerusalem. Okay. And so we'll have a part 2 to this, but it just show you that our people was most definitely the forerunners of anything that you see in the Bible. They stole much of what they got. They have never given credit. And though these are parables, you have to be able to pull back the veil so that you could see what this is really saying. You see what I'm saying? This is a book of codes. And this is just, and I'm gonna come back on the second end, and I'm gonna clarify some other information because this could, I would need, at least just this one chamber. You know what I'm saying? I would need at least a good hour and a half to 2 hours, to break this one chamber down. You see what I'm saying? And so you see, he is without father or mother or genealogy, having neither beginning of days nor end of life, but resembling the Son of God. He continues a priest forever. You see, forever. And then they shoot down the Levi tribe of Levi in here. You say, God damn it, what the hell if God had intended, the Levites to be, to be the all in all, why would he have created the order of Melchizedek? Here it is right here. And I'm going to read this one before I get Hebrews 7:11. Let's read that one. What it say? It says, now if perfection, listen to me, if perfection had been obtained through the Levitical priesthood, for under it the people received the law, they received the law, what further need would there have been for another priest to arise after the order of Melchizedek, rather than one named after the order of Aaron? You see why? You see why would that have been? So you see that this was before and that they copied, and where Jesus has gone as a forerunner on our behalf, having become a high priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. Jesus is supposed to be in God. If you God, you don't come after nothing. You come before. Melchizedek is greater than Jesus. Shit. He's greater than Jesus. Melchizedek didn't come after the order of Jesus. Jesus came after the order of Melchizedek. And that's powerful. And people got to look at that for what it is. And that he is of the African race in this book. There is no Hebrew. Or where, where they could say Albus, there could be but there's no Israelites. There's no Israelites. You see what I'm saying? It was an Abel, but there was no Israelites at the time of Melchizedek. He was before the Israelites. You see what I'm saying? And already there was an African priesthood. And what he used in his ritualism, the bread and the wine, is what they use today in the church, in the synagogue. They stole everything that they have from African people, and in it, our divinity is there. The black divinity is in the book. You got to peel it back. If you peel it back and you see that they're telling you much of how Africa was in the forefront in bringing civilization, spirituality, and everything to the world. That's exactly what's in there. And if you have a masterful teacher, you can go in there, break that shit down, leave what you don't need, and prove beyond any doubt that African peoples are the forerunners of all civilization and spirituality, high culture, science, medicine, mathematics, university systems, government, every aspect of society. African people were the forerunners and the originators of those sciences. We'll do it again. Matter of fact, I'm gonna come black again. I see we got a strong, that 119 stayed, and nobody, matter of fact, it just went up. That 119 stayed in there for a minute. They say we ain't going no damn way, but we gonna do part 2 to this tomorrow. You understand? We have to. And if you, because it's gonna be hot on the brain. You see what I'm saying? And we wanna catch it while it's hot. You see what I'm saying? We want to catch it while it's hot. This is the General Sarah Sunset saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge, bang on that wicked ass beast daily, liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.